What's up, guys? Hope you guys are having a great day. Today we are going to be going over Minerva. She's coming back from March 30th to April 1st, and she's going to be located at the crater. And just like I do with all of these Minerva videos, we take a look at what items she's selling, and I just give my own opinion on them and just kind of let you. I also show images of the items so you guys can get an idea of what you're getting. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So starting things off, Minerva is going to be located at the crater, like I said. Right when you fast travel, she'll be right by that area. And so this week, her items that she's going to be selling is the lighter build Secret Service armor limbs, the Secret Service Under Armor, the T65 Rusty Knuckles, the Gutter, the Warglaive Flaming Blade, the Water Well, the Plasma Caster, the T65 Calibrated Shocks, the T65 Jetpack, the ultralight build Secret Service armor limbs, the Warglaive shock blade, and the whistle in the dark. So taking a look at these items that we have on this current sale, I'd honestly say that you're better off saving your gold, unless maybe you want to get the T65 Jetpack if you don't already have that, or if you're still using the T65, which now in the current meta isn't as popular. Or if you don't have the Plasma Caster already and you're doing a heavy guns build, then that's definitely something to check out. And possibly getting the Secret Service Under Armor. You know, it's cheaper. It's still, I'm pretty sure it's still one of the best Under Armors to have in the game. So that's definitely something to get. But other than that, most of the other things that Minerva has this week, you're better off holding off and saving your gold for another super sale or possibly next Minerva sale. But yeah, just taking a look at those plans, you're better off just holding onto your gold. I will say that if you are still trying to collect your mods for your Secret Service armor, now would be a good time to go and pick those up. The ultralight build, it's a great mod for usually in-game players. It greatly reduces the weight of the armor piece and gives you +5 max action points per limb. It's really good for VATS builds or anyone who wants more AP. The lighter build, it's a weaker version of ultralight. It just grants +2 action points per limb. So it's still good, but most players usually just go straight for the ultralight. And then when it comes to the Warglaive, we have two mod options this sale. We have the Flaming Blade and we also have the Shock Blade. So the Fire Blade, the Flaming Blade, it adds fire damage and causes the target to burn for 5 seconds. It's usually used by players who use the Friendly Fire perk. It allows you to heal NPCs during events, just by hitting them with your weapon. It has a visual effect of just the blade will glow with a constant fire. But then the Shocking Blade, it adds electrical energy damage. So it's usually best for pure DPS. Most people go for this mod when it comes to DPS with the Warglaive, and it kind of has like a visual electrical arcs and sparks running alongside the blade. And then we have the Gutter and the Whistle in the Dark. These are both weapons that you can unlock from daily ops. There's a chance of them dropping. So honestly, they're not worth the gold that you'd be spending on them. So you're better off grinding daily ops if you want them. But even then, the effects that they have aren't that good. Not really a point to getting them in my opinion. But if you're a completionist and you want every special, unique, legendary in the game, then there you go. We also have calibrated shocks for the T65 and the Jetpack. So, you know, T65 isn't meta right now, but let's say that the meta does eventually change back, or, you know, the T65 gets boosted up again. The calibrated shocks is a must-have for most players. It increases your carry weight by 50+ per leg, and if you put on both legs, that's 100. And then the Jetpack attaches to the torso and allows you to boost into the air while jumping at the cost of action points. So, you know, honestly, the calibrated shocks is pretty solid. The Jetpack, in my opinion, I've never really been a Jetpack player, but every once in a while, occasionally, I do see Jetpack players. So that's perfectly optional, up to you. And then there's Rusty Knuckles for 188 gold. It's a mod that goes on the arms of the T65, and it just basically helps your unarmed attacks do more damage. Not gonna lie, it's pretty useless because I don't really know of a lot of players that do unarmed damage with power armor. So it's kind of just taking up a mod space. I'm sure you could put something else on there. But yeah. So the last thing I'll go over is the water well. It's 563 gold, and most people consider it a trap for newer players because it's kind of useless unless you need that look for your camp or something. But it's basically just like any other well, and when you actually collect from it, you get dirty water. So unless you need it for, there are some recipes in the game that require dirty water, but in my opinion, spending the gold on it is kind of pointless and kind of crazy, in my opinion. So this is something to stay away from if you don't have a lot of gold and you actually want good purchases. So yeah, guys, if you guys found this video useful in any way, I greatly appreciate a like and a subscribe, and leave a comment if you actually have differing opinions from what I gave, or if you're actually going to buy anything from this sale. But if you guys found this video useful, make sure to leave a subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.